Acting Chancellor, I have the pleasure to request Advocate Madonsela to address the congregation.
Program Director, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor and Council members, SRC and Convocation, members of the academic staff, guests from the various communities, including the judiciary, if there are any members of the media, students, ladies and gentlemen. I'm deeply honored and humbled by the opportunity to address you on this important occasion. Yesterday I addressed members of this community on the occasion of the 10th Victoria and Griffiths Nxenge Memorial Lecture. That was an honor that I also deeply cherished. What do you say to young, bright minds that form part of a generation that knows far more than mine knew when we were at the same age? When I prepared this lecture, or this address, it was clear to me that I can't offer knowledge because you probably know as much as I know, or even more than I know, considering that you are the information generation. I concluded that the only thing I could probably share with you was based on the fact that I'm older than you, and therefore I probably have more experience than you, and hopefully wiser. Drawing on those two, I then thought I could be competent to offer you something, despite knowing that you already know far more than I could ever have hoped to know at your age. I then decided that I will engage you on two issues. The first one is the power of dreams. The second issue is your place in our magnificent democracy. Let us start with the power of dreams. It is said that dreams have wings. Looking at you, you must have dreamt one day that you were going to hold a degree, or as I learned yesterday, several of them. Many of you, I believe, are even the first to graduate in your families. How did you make it? I believe that it was because of dreams, determination, and focus. Let me tell you a short story about a guy named Jimmy. One day, Jimmy was late in the morning. It was already 7 o'clock, whereas Jimmy should have woken up at about 5 a.m. His mother called from one room. He kept calling, "Jimmy, Jimmy, wake up and go to school." There was nothing from Jimmy's room. Jimmy was quiet. The mother kept calling, "Jimmy, wake up and go to school," and nothing came from the room. Eventually, the mother was exasperated and walked over to Jimmy's room and said, "Jimmy, wake up and go to school." Jimmy still refused to wake up. Eventually, Jimmy said to his mother, "Mother, I really can't go to school. Everyone hates me at school. All the kids, about 3,000 of them, hate me. The teachers hate me too. I noticed the other day that 2 of them were speaking and they were pointing fingers at me, and it was clear that they were not saying anything kind about me. So, with the whole school hating me, the kids and the teachers hating me, I'm not going to go there, Mommy." "Oh, Mother," he said, "Mother." The mother said, "Jimmy, you will go to school. Do go to school. Do wake up." And the mother said, "Why do you want me to torture myself?" The mother said, "There are 2 reasons, Jimmy, that you should go to school. The first reason is that you are 42 years old. The second reason is that you are the school principal. Now, many of you may have felt like Jimmy when you're busy studying for the degree or degrees that you are obtaining today. And I believe that as you go to the world, there are some days when you will feel like Jimmy. The next issue I want to engage you on quickly is your place in our democracy and the world. We have a beautiful country that is bursting with unlimited opportunities. We have a constitution that is the envy of many nations. Just recently, a United States Supreme Court judge, Justice Ruth Ginsburg, said the following about our constitution. Egyptians who are selecting a team to draft a new constitution should not consider the US's iconic document, but instead the great piece of work completed in South Africa in 1996. Yesterday, I pointed out some of those features of our constitution. It is a constitution with very solid architectural foundations for our democracy. It has created a foundation for a democracy that is built to last. But as you all know, and I suspect some of you here are architects, a good architectural plan is not enough. The construction process is equally important. As a country, we've had 18 years of constructing the democracy, having been given the Constitution as our architectural design. As you go out into the world, remember that people like Victoria Mxenge and Griffith Mxenge, who lost their lives in the fight for our freedom, expect us to make this constitution work. It is therefore your time to act. Don't stand on the sidelines. If you don't act, who do you expect to act? It's much easier to criticize, but more difficult to solve problems. You've now been equipped to solve problems. We're looking forward to your leadership. By grading your degree, you've already shown leadership. Now you are going out there into the fields of law, business, and other areas of our lives. It is important that we should know that the rule of law and the protection of democracy is not the business of lawyers and politicians only. Whatever you think you can do for this country, go ahead and do it. Always do what you are required to do with excellence. In so doing, you'll earn the space in society to do what you wish to do. Thank you.